Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all? It is that time once again. The weekend is upon us. We have finally finished the week, and it is time to take charge of our Orky horde as it relentlessly batters itself against the Imperial Fortress. Will today be the day that we finally breach its walls? Let's hope so, because I've put final in the title, but I've got a feeling that we should be able to do this tonight. So let's go ahead and kick off this battle straight away. Now, setup-wise, we've got most of our Storm Boys over this side of the field. Most of the choppers head over here. We've got a big old fat stack of gunners bringing the Dakka over this side of the field, as well as another group over there. And of course, bringing up the rear, we've got all of our Orky and Mega Knobs over there. Now, if I remember rightly, last few rounds, we've got really close to being able to take out these defenders here. But it's just that last little bit of defense that we've really been struggling to take out here. But let's hope today, with enough boys being forced to the front, that we'll finally be able to crush the Imperial Guard defense. Look at it all. Just a beehive of activity now. We've poked the beehive into Woken. They're descending upon us, and we are descending upon them in return. The question is, are we the Hornets or the Wasps? Yes, hello all. Have we got here? Hey Dave, hey Fig Jam, hey Preston, hey Ed, hey Steve, hey Rots, hey Mitts. Fig Jam as well is here, Sonia. How's everyone doing? I hope you've had a good week, folks. Hey, David. Oh, Something Funny's here as well. Hey, Something Funny. Oh, and Harpy. How could we forget Harpy? Started with the weirdness. Hey, Neil. Glad to see you here. Hey, Luke. Welcome, one and all. I never got that. One and all. Why would you only welcome one person instead of just everyone? It's the child keeping you awake, is it? I know, Ed. Look at them all. Just this huge wave of Mega Knobs now, all stacking up at the back as well. Quite interestingly, some of these start making their way to the front pretty quickly, actually. Funny, I'm actually drinking out of a gigantic SpongeBob mug as we speak. Filled to the brim with coffee goodness. Nom 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 nom. Yes, excellent taste. That's me, Pompous. Oh, Ed. Member for 24 months, 2 whole years. Lasted longer than I thought. That's what she said. Or he said. I don't know. One of them said it, and it was certainly funny. But 24 months as an Inquisitor and you haven't lost your mind to the warp, I'm quite impressed. Hey, Rapak. But yeah, 2 years as an Inquisitor, that's pretty impressive. Now, I would ask what you specialize in, but I've got a feeling it's going to be the Cult of Slaanesh. Actually, no. Because you like Slaanesh, as an Inquisitor, you wouldn't focus on Slaanesh, because you wouldn't want to root out its corruption, would you? So you'd focus on an entirely different god, other than the one that you praise. The never-ending game. Oh, Steve, coming in with the 5 gifted. Thank you, Steve. That is very kind of you. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for that, Steve. It's very much appreciated. Congratulations, Unwanted. Congratulations, Tiara. Congratulations, Granola? Is that meant to be granola? Congratulations, Jared. Congratulations, the Rainbow Carnifex. That's an interesting name. The Pride version of the Carnifex. He cares not who he eats, as long as he's eating someone. And yes, Steve, thank you for that, mate. Very much appreciated. How are we getting on over here? Have any of the knobs shoved their way forward here? Harpy as well, coming in with the 5 gifted. Absolute giga chat here. Thank you, Harpy. Sharing more love. Oh my god, look at all these. Yeah, Harpy, that's sharing even more love. Thank you, Harpy. That's very much appreciated. Congratulations, Jacko. Congratulations, Non-Compliant. Congratulations, Dimitris. Congratulations, Elite Commando. Congratulations, Darren Hare. Thank you, Harpy. That's very kind of you. It's just, I hope this is not so you can get away with calling me Daddy more. That's just weird, because now you're paying me to call it. No, that just adds a whole new level of weird to it. Let's not go down that route. Oh, it's still a perverse then. Thank you guys, that is so much appreciated. The love has been spread here, much like the Meganobs. I like that, you're right, yeah, the Meganobs have just bullied their way to the front line there. Look at all this, we had all of these guys waiting to get to the front, but lo, the Meganobs are like, nah, we're gonna take charge here. Bullied their way to the front line to get into the fight, and that's why they're Meganobs. And the others are just choppers. Here we go, we're starting to break through that line now. Imperial Guard reinforcements aren't able to keep up with the flow of boys. Hopefully we'll get a surge forward any second now. Oh guys, I tell you what, I've been working. So, I've got some updates for you here. So, you might know that I've been working on maps in the background, yada yada yada. Well, a bunch of them broke on me, so I couldn't export them, so I had to start a load of them again, right? And I had already done a lot of work on them, so I had to scrap them and start again. But I've started a new map now, and it's working perfectly fine, and oh my god, guys, I cannot wait to show it you. It is not only the most detailed map I have ever made, it's probably one of the most complicated maps I've ever made, and even I am just looking at it going, yeah, I can't wait to test this on stream. It is amazing. Even if I do say so myself. But one thing is for certain, when it gets uploaded to the Steam Workshop, it is certainly going to be the most complicated map that has been uploaded. The most detailed, the most thought out. Watch someone else just upload an absolute blinder of a map before I get there. But the entire map is based upon a 40k hive. So that should give you some level of an idea of what it is and how intricate it is. There's lots of pipe work in it with wooden beams on it. Lots of little tiny attack alleyways. Lots of multiple different levels of fighting. It is chef's kiss. So the idea I had behind it was a Imperial Guard industrial planet that had been split in two for production purposes. One side of the planet produced weapons and tanks, and the other side of the planet produced vast amounts of Promethium. And the two basically had split the planet in half and were trading the weapons and Promethium between each other to help advance each other. And then one side went quiet all of a sudden. The Promethium stopped flowing. And now these two gigantic fortresses opposing each other. These two hive cities. One corrupted by chaos. The other held by the Imperium of Man. But yeah, that's the general idea behind the map. And I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Maybe it is, Steve. Maybe it is. There is. Let's just put it this way. There's an iron girder set up in the map that was distinctly inspired by McVenna. I'll say that much. Climbing across a beam, avoiding slugs. Oh, Neil there! What do orcs say when they go on a roller coaster? Wah! A member of the commissariat for 13 months. Bye-bye. I don't want to know how much punishment you've dealt out, dear fellow guardsmen here. Oh, Steve, if only you could know, mate. I loved Gaunt's Ghost back in the day. It was my favourite book to read. So yeah, I read a lot of it. But there's a certain task that McVenna has to go on all by himself. And he's climbing across these industrial girders over a bottomless pit. And there's all these massive slugs across the girders that keep getting in his way as he's trying to make his way across them. Can't actually remember now off the top of my head what book it was, but I've got that image in my head from the descriptions in the book. Which one was it, Steve? I can't remember now off the top of my head. It's been a good, what, maybe, oh, I'd say 7 years since I've read them. Doran. Oh, I love Doran. He was good. And of course, everyone loved Try Again Bragg. He was just amazing. Well, he was until Larger Fethingku came along. But Larkin dealt with him. Neil. Oops, my cord is showing. Harpy living the high life there. Fresh coffee and a pack of ginger nuts, mate. Someone's earning. Hey, Drew. That's almost, saying hey, Drew. Almost sounds Swedish. Hey, Drew. But the mortgage is paid off. Mate, it's a wonderful feeling. That is full-on party mode, being a homeowner. Not having to pay any rent. That's like, you're already doing better than probably a good 70% of people. Good on you, man. Nice one. Look at that. There's still so many Imperials in here. It's kind of crazy. Even with all the Daka and the relentless beating on the front doors here that we've had. Look at all the orcs piled up as well. We keep having these little attack waves come in. No worries, Steve. Oh, look at this. That's it. We're starting to break through that courtyard properly now. All the Dackers starting to move up with the lads. We just got these Kriegers who are rooted in this damn trench line that we need to clear out. They're a tough old bunch, the Kriegers. But hopefully the Orcs should make short work of them. That's it, clearing out the rest of the front approach here now. We just got the lower courtyard to deal with. More reinforcements coming in, that's it. Keep piling in, lads. The pincer maneuver is real. So what are you guys feeling? What do you think you're going to be adding to the war next? Oh, Ed, you did go with the wah-wah-wahs instead of the yeah-yeah-yeahs. I don't think that's on the purchase list, sadly, Big Jab. La nuclear bombe. Shit, it's in French. Dave. You know what they say, many hands make light work, friend. Smoke on the wire. Jeez, man. That's awful. Of course, naturally, you got the wire. What is it good for? You know, you could have wire to ship down. That'd be a very different song, wouldn't it? How did the Dacker that burned so bright suddenly go so dim? It was an orc axe to the face. Absolutely crumping. Oh, that is a really good addition to that song, actually. Wow, what is it good for? Absolutely crumping. I like that. Two minutes to get tonight? I don't know. Oh, these here you're on about? Yeah. So the map's unfinished, basically. And because I haven't really updated on it, this terrain was meant to be level here, but you'll notice that it's quite flat. So how the polys work is the terrain's either like this, or it comes through and has the same ramp effect, but on the other side of the wall. So yeah, this, you got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, this was one of the very first maps that I made here, so I doubt I'll probably end up updating this one. Especially with the map I'm working on at the moment, so yeah, there are some problems with it for certain. But I've learned a lot since making this. Oh my god, Big York came out of nowhere. But I've learned a lot since making this map now. Like, way more. In fact, I think this was the second map I ever made. And I must have released like 3 on the Steam Workshop since then. Are we actually breaking through on this side yet? No, yeah, we're just wearing down the conscripts bit by bit. We are starting to clean out the upper reaches, though. That's good. Yeah. Why, boys? Why, boys? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they wire for you? Steve, yes, sort of. So what you can do is you can find an artillery gun asset. You can place that down in the map, and then, from what I've seen of how the map editor works, you can actually build scripts so things, animations and things can happen in the game. However, what I'd have to be able to do is to be able to access the ammunition types used in the game, and then I'd have to have like an artillery explosion. So I'm not sure how to do that part, that's it. So in theory, yes, you can do it. Have I got the skill to do it? Probably not. I have no idea how this is. I think it's C hash or something like that it's called. But that's what all the coding is. It's like some sort of C hash. But yeah, that's how all the scripting works. But I'm actually quite surprised because the engine's quite flexible for your Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. So you are able to put in things like special effects like lightning strikes and things like that. So if I could find an animation for a lightning strike coming down, I could have lightning strikes coming down. You can also have fires, smoke, other things like that. So there is a few interesting things you can do. And we do know that you can write scripts that work in the game because on the Egyptian map, the dam that breaks, that's exactly one of them scripts. So it is possible to get scripted events to happen in your map. You've just got to know how to make the scripts. And sadly, I don't know how to do that. But yeah, with that, you could quite literally make an orbital strike or something like that, as long as you knew how to program it. Exactly, mates. So, that dam breaking, what they'll have is they'll have like a game object with all them assets for the bit of the dam programmed in there. And then they'll have like a C# script attached to that, so that when you press a certain key, it activates the script and it removes the barrier. So things like that you can do. So yeah, you can really... I've got to admit, at first I was really skeptical about the map editing, that they decided to go down the Unity route with it. Now that I've got to grips with it and actually started editing and seen what it will actually allow you to put into maps, it's kind of insane what they've actually managed to pull off here, because you can literally just get a bunch of Unity assets, throw them all together into a map, export it, and it'll pretty much work. And that's kind of crazy to me. Like, I've never seen a map editor with such flexibility. If you know how to use Unity and know programming, then you could make some truly insane maps in this game. You really could. I would imagine that you could have moving platforms and all sorts of crazy stuff. Like, I think that would actually work as well. Like, you could have blocks that move around the map. Because that is one thing I really wanted to do. I wanted to have like a grid layout with all the blocks, so they'd move in like squares, so they'd have to run across the blocks to get to each other. Yeah, Ross, yeah, you could. An animation at least, yes, drop pods. Because the other thing you can do is add spawn areas, so units teleport and spawn, because we've seen that done on the D-Day map. So on the D-Day map, they have a staging area that puts all the units in one spot and then teleports them across the map. So in theory, you could have 2 starships in space with teleporters on them that allow the units to teleport to each starship, in theory. So how the AI works, Sonia, is basically each AI, so say this AI here, let's go try find any of one more on his own. So these AI here, we'll grab this dude here. What happens is a giant circle, say this guy's standing here now and he's looking for a target. Underneath this, what you can't see is a giant circle is emanating outwards. And this circle goes across all the pathable areas across the map until it finds an enemy. When it finds an enemy, our guy sets off towards it. If that path gets broken, he'll stop. And he'll wait until the path reconnects. If the path reconnects, he'll carry on moving. So in theory, if you've just got a map that's got a bunch of moving blocks, the AI should only move across the blocks once the pathing is complete. So, like I said, there's so much flexibility within the editor now. I'm really excited to actually really dive into it and start learning stuff. But the biggest restriction that I have personally at the moment is assets. And a complete lack of assets. So I'm just having to use stuff that I can find on Unity Store, because half of the things that I get off Sketch Fab and stuff like that, they're not for that version of Unity, they're for a more modern version of Unity. And we're stuck using the 2018 version. Anyway, back to the defense. That's enough of me gushing over the map creation in this. Oh, look at this, ladies and gents. We're actually finally breaching through into the other courtyard now. Oh, Jesus, mates. I don't think there's enough assets. Like I said, that's the thing I'm missing more than anything. Assets and textures. You know, the things to actually make maps with. Oh, it looks like some of the orcs have actually gone around the back end over here. Grand old charger knobs. Once again, getting charged in the rear by knobs. Yeah, but that'll be hard to recreate. Come on, that's it, lads. Keep on breaking through. 37,000 enemies left here now. We've still got quite a few orcs on the attack. Is it going to be enough, though? Have we cleared out a lot of this? Yes, we have. Nice. Excellente. A good chunk of the bridge has been cleared out. Space wolves would be nice. And Fig Jam, you know what? I discovered it was illegal in the UK up until 1990s. How about that one? I thought it would have been way sooner than that. Sonia. Oh, look at that. We're spreading our lovely knobs all... No. I was going to say we're spreading our lovely knobs all over the front of the fort, but... I might want to rephrase that. Oh, man, now that's talking a challenge. Jesus. I don't even know any coding. Go on, we need to get up into this courtyard here. We actually might breach it from above. This is good though, because what this is doing, diverting the firepower of the Imperial Guard now. Now that we're attacking them in 2 groups, in fact, it might also be 3 here. Maybe 4 separate attack angles soon that the Imperials will have to deal with. Meanwhile, the Daka in the background is laying down the covering fire. Look at that, excellent. We've done really well here. Look at all our Daka as well, starting to line up on the walls. That is brilliant. As our lads use their own defences against them. Well, Steve, this is what I was going to do. I was going to use ChatGTP to get it all done for me. Just going to see what that had to do. Any problems I come across, I was just going to copy and paste it in there. Surely it should know about, is it C# then? Not C# as I was calling it. C#. C#, it should know about that language. It's a pretty old one. I remember it from flipping when I was in school, so I know it's a pretty old language. Ah. Well, you know what? We might end up just drowning the Imperial Guard at this rate. Oh, Daniel, we never learned programming languages when I was in school. I just knew of it. It existed while I was in school. But no, we didn't learn programming languages either. We did woodwork. Oh, we're starting to run out of steam on the front, it feels like now. Yeah, that's it. All the reinforcements have been committed. Look at this place. Yeah, so all the orcs now are pretty much in the fort. I think we've got a couple of gunners left on the outside, but not too much. Oh, look at this. I think this is the first time. For the first time ever, a rush across the bridge. Oh dear. The bodies are piling up a little bit. Come on, move on up into that courtyard. Yeah, I think this is the first time though that we've had any lads charge across the bridge itself. That's really cool. Oh, it's a glorious day to die. Favorite line out of Mad Max, that was. Oh my god, speaking of old films that they're remaking, I heard that they are remaking The Naked Gun. Can anyone confirm, deny? Is it true, are they remaking The Naked Gun? I've got to say, the original Naked Gun was so funny. Absolutely hilarious. Liam Neeson? You know what? That's kind of interesting, actually. In some weird way, I can see that working. In like... I know it sounds odd, but I can kind of see Liam Neeson doing that. Well, that's exactly what I thought, Ross. I thought, oh, it's the kind of thing that you'd do for an April Fool's, but now, by the sounds of it, it's a real thing. I'm actually... half of me is trepidatious about that, and the other half of me is really interested to see what it'll come out like. Because obviously it's going to be a modern reimagining, but I want to know if it's as on the nose as the old one was. I don't think it's I don't think it is that, Fig Jam. I don't think it's a lack of imagination. I think it's the corporate world and shareholders. I think that's what it is. I think the people who actually make the movies and all that lot, I think you'll find they've got boundless creativity and they want to try new things and do new things. But, you know, the marketing team and the shareholders say, no, that's too risky. We can't risk a new IP. What are you, absolutely insane? We're not going to do a new IP. We're going to stick to what we know and works. What's tried and tested. And that's what it is. I don't think it's a lack of creativity. I think it's capitalism killing creativity. Daniel, can we have a poll with only knobs as options? Well, you don't want to know the kinds of knobs I'll be slipping into that one. Well, that's one of the things I was thinking, Darth. As bad as it sounds, some of the stuff that made the original funny was its misogyny and stereotypes, and that was what sort of made it a little bit funny. And now, obviously, it's bad to say, oh, misogyny's funny and stuff like that, but, you know, it kind of was funny, though. Eisenhorn. See, that's what I thought they would have gone for Warhammer 40k stuff along the Eisenhorn route with Cavill. Is lower ramp stuck? Doesn't look stuck. It's just big bulky knobs in big fat suits of mega armor trying to get up a relatively small ramp. I know, things are going pretty well here. It's just these last remaining lot are fairly well dug in, that's all. Oh, Daniel, I'm pretty sure that already exists, mate. Pretty sure that already exists. You get to see an orc slowly peel off his battle armor. Look at the pistons on there. Did we get any more coming around? Oh, looks like we had a big old battle over this side, actually. Look at that. A load of Imperials met their demise. Yeah, this courtyard's been deadly here. But finally, it looks like the Meganobs are starting to make a push now. Look at all the Daka lined up on the wall. It's a sight to behold. Oh, the Eldar would, wouldn't they, Darth? Showing off their 1,000-year-old toenails. This is actually crazy now. This round has lasted like, what, 40-odd minutes? That's kind of insane. You think it's game over? I don't know, man. We've still got a square of Kriegers over here. We've got another group of Kriegers there. We've got this group of Kriegers. And we've still got another group of Kriegers on the other side of the bridge as well. So I don't know. I don't know if it's GG yet. Maybe if the Orc Daka builds up enough, they might be able to, because what the Orc Daka needs to do is start laying some damage down on these lads up here. And it looks like a few stray bullets are heading over this way bit by bit, but not that many just yet. Geez, these narrow ramps that are really hampering some of the Orc advances. Come on, shooters, get out of the way, let the Orcs up. There you go. Big bulky power suits and small narrow passageways. Not a good combination. You reckon, Preston? One more? These look relatively intact, I would say. That's it. Come on, let the Daka up the hill. Stop blocking the pathway. Thick. What we got left here then? About 9,000, is there? You're not joking, Wyatt. They've even got a really good cover here from all the Daka. Look, this wall actually helps protect them. As long as the Daka doesn't start climbing up on the wall itself. But even then, the Orcs themselves up here are a little bit exposed. It's this tiny little trickle that's coming in that's killing us off at the moment. Come on. This is why we needed corpses building up. Oh, that's the first orc, I think, then, that actually made his way up there. He got quite far as well, actually. Yeah, look, the numbers are getting whittled down here, slowly but surely. Have we... Oh, right, okay, so there's a bit of a pincer maneuver going on here. Imperials counter-charging. Back across the bridge. They've managed to take out the Orky Dagger that was on this side of the field. Oh my days. Look at all these. These are all shooter corpses. The corpses of many shooters. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I just need to be right back a little minute here. It won't be long. Just give me a sec. Back in a mo. Yay, we're back. How are we getting on here, folks? Anything changed yet? There are big knobs still clogging up the ramp. They are, aren't they? Damn our big schlongs. Oh, hey, Tank Girl. So I think part of the problem here is the Dagger on the field. They're all bunched up here trying to shoot back at the Kriegers, but they're just blocking all the knobs at the moment. Are we getting a countercharge? Oh, we are. Look at this. The countercharge lasted all of 2 seconds. You certainly don't think, chap. You do not want your knob to get blocked. How's your knob going to commit DACA if he's blocked? Unfortunately, recently there's been put a 25% export tariff on knobs. You can no longer import knobs to the southern ports. Imperials have actually gained the high ground now. Look at this. I have the high ground. Come on. That's it. Let them through. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm guessing you've seen how they've worked out the tariffs as well. It's so funny. Just the trade deficit. And that's why some countries have got a 91% tariff on them, because they don't buy anything off America. Like a South African country that only exports diamonds and all its population is so poor that it doesn't buy anything off America. So they've now got a 91% import tariff, which is just insane. It's like, I don't know. It's like he only thought surface level about tariffs. It's like, oh yeah, look, we've got Apple in here. Apple is no longer going to get tariffed. Yeah, but Apple will still have to import all its raw materials. So the entire supply chain vertically has to move over to the United States for there to be no import tariff. So it doesn't make any sense. It's still just going to be cheaper just to pay the import tariff. It makes no sense whatsoever. It's not going to bring industry, it's just going to charge Americans extra. That's all it's going to do. And the government are going to get somewhat rich off it. That's a fair point. Well, this is the point, Harpy, like I said. So, let's say the place that actually produces the phones themselves, right, moves over to America. Well, it's still got to import all them raw materials, which it'll pay an import tariff on. So, your whole supply chain vertically has to move to America for it to work. And some of the goods can't be supplied in America, so you're still going to have to import something at some point. It just doesn't make any sense. Hey Chris, I was more than happy to leave Trump up to whatever he wanted to do. And then he turned around and started messing with the world's global economy. Which means he's messing with me. Well, the other bad reason that they've based it off a... Sorry. The other issue with them basing it off a trade deficit is population statistics, right? So, if you've got a country, say the UK, which has 88 million people, and then you've got a country like America, which has 422 million people, of course, naturally, the UK is never going to be able to purchase as much as the Americans are, even if we were equally as rich, just because they've got more people. So, you know, that's why a reason why the trade deficit exists. This is why I can't understand it. It's made no sense. Which makes me think is that they're not real. It's one of his supposed negotiation tactics for whatever reason. What does America owe the world? Nothing. And the world owes America nothing either, so stop fucking around with it. That's the whole point, man. You owe us nothing and we owe you nothing. That's why it's free trade. What, Darth? That's not true. And there's reasons for it, because other countries have to protect their own domestic markets as well. Okay, so imagine you're the grand old US of A, right? You can produce 20 million eggs a day, right? And you want to flood every single market in the world with them. Well, there's some countries that can't keep up with that, so their local farmers are going to get absolutely demolished by your products, because you're just a rich country. So they have to put a tariff on it to help encourage domestic production. You know, much like America does with semiconductors. It's not politics, it's economics. We're not talking politics. If you think it's politics, that's silly. We're talking economics here. That's perfectly fine to talk about, guys. It's not about messing around with anyone. It's not about who's got the biggest balls. It's not about who's been cheating who, because no one's been cheated, quite frankly, because it's free trade. It's just economics. Somehow people are getting politics and economics mixed up here. Except tariffs work great when you haven't got a global economy that's integrated with supply chains all over the world. Hey, Fig Jam, we charge America 1% in tariffs. 1% in tariffs. And America's turned around and said, nah, we're putting 10% on you. So, you know. Exactly, Steve. I see no problem with talking about it. From an economic standpoint of view, it is absolute suicide. There's no other way about it. Now, you can take whatever political stance you want to, but in terms of economics, it's not a very good choice to do. It's going to cost Americans a lot of money, and it's going to take an extremely long time for it to show any true value to Americans. You're talking 50, maybe 60 years before it turns around. The amount of supply chain interruption it'll cause is astronomical. Here's a great way, here's a really simple way to understand how tariffs work, right? This is how, I got this off another YouTuber, right? Say you go to Walmart, right? This is how America's worked out its tariffs. You go to Walmart and buy all your groceries from Walmart, right? So you have a 100% trade deficit against Walmart. And you're angry about that because you've now got a trade deficit with them. Walmart don't buy any goods off you, but you buy all your goods off Walmart. So, to show your anger to Walmart, you are now going to pay the United States government up to a 30, 25, whatever the tariff is, right? You're going to pay, as a US citizen, you're now going to pay, on top of your Walmart bill, that to the government. That's where a tariff is. So, the fact that it's all based off trade deficits is the problem. Not that it's based off anything actual, real, or tangible. It's based off a trade deficit. Which is something that you shouldn't really base tariffs off, because it's not going to work out. Because there's too many variations for it to make sense. Oh, God, come on. This is taking forever now, guys. Oh, come on. You can't all really be that. Really? You're all that offended by talking about world economics and trade? Really? Come on, grow up. Jesus. Yeah, you came for the wire. I mean, it's a live stream at the end of the day. There's not much going on at the moment. We're literally watching 20 orcs slowly make their way up to a fortified area. Let's see, Ed, you shouldn't hold your tongue to not annoy someone. That's not how conversation works, my friend. You shouldn't hold your tongue because it might offend someone. People are always going to be offended, that's the thing. But only real solutions come out of talking, so... You know, unless it's just blatantly offensive. You know, like you're just calling someone an idiot, but... Talking about subjects shouldn't offend anyone. People shouldn't get upset about it. We're mostly adults here. Exactly. That's how I feel about it, Preston. Sorry, I'm just catching up on all the chat here as well. I was just reading back through a load of it. Half of you are trying to ignore that the talk even exists. But you also have to understand it from my point of view, guys. I'm sat here by myself, watching a bunch of orcs run up a ramp very slowly. Sometimes it's nice for me to talk about something that isn't Warhammer or the game. You know. A bit of adulting. Which is odd, which is juxtaposed to what you guys come here for. I understand that. A lot of you just want to see a bunch of units run up a ramp. I get it. Yeah, Harpy, I think that was out of order, yeah. But he did try to backpedal that one, to be fair. He did backpedal it. And say what he said. I believe he said he wasn't talking about the UK. No, they've not heard of him. Exactly, Darth. My God. So, like I was saying for a couple of streams, we really needed way more meat in this fight. Hey, look at the rest of the fortress. Let's go have a look around here. We did some nice work over here. Look at this. All filled in lovely there. I mean, we've got a couple of bodies built up at the front walls, granted, but, you know, bit by bit, we made our way through. Oh. Oh, the piles of Imperials here. Oh, we're actually starting to get a little bit of wiggle and movement here. What's going on? Flipping heck. Look at that. Any units across the bridge? Let's have a look. Yeah, we've still got the Krieger army across the bridge here. At least we're actually starting to get a decent amount of units moving now. No way this one round has been 1 hour 10 minutes. The damn Dakar blocking the pathway again. I designed the map, it's my fault. You're kinda right there, but I'm not the one who purchased 35,000 meganobs, am I though? Like, if these were all normal units, How quick would have this been over? Just remember, you've only just about got more choppers than you have meganobs in this army. It is predominantly just meganobs. Gigantic, bulky suits of armor. Let chat know what you can purchase with the current kills. Let's have a look. What we got? 195,000. We'll work it off. 195 then. 195,000 kills. Word. Oh no, that's 19. 195,000. There we go. 39,000 choppers, or 7,800 storm boys, 4,333 shooters, or 4,333 meganobs. So that's what you'll be able to purchase. It's not always about numbers, Daniel. You've got numbers, but look, you can't deploy them. That's your problem. For a lot of this round, the gigantic megalobs were blocking the ramp. Well, one thing you could do is try to, as odd as it sounds, try to get your meganobs killed. So maybe only have the meganobs over this side with a bunch of the shooters, just meganobs and shooters over here, and have all the other units pushing the rest of the fortress. Because it seems like you can pretty much drown out the rest of them. So it might be a good idea to have the entire courtyard cleared out by the orc meganobs, so you've got the AoE attacks. And then just have the rest of the forces attacking the rest of the fortress. I don't know. The only thing with that is, though, is that with the meganobs attacking the courtyard, you won't get as many kills per round. That was the trade-off, remember? Because we did that before, but we weren't getting many kills per round. But we were clearing them out. Yeah, mates, you know, there's not much I can do about it. I have pretty much for weeks and weeks and weeks tried to convince you guys to stop buying meganobs and buy way more meat so that you can pile it all up all over the place, but you kept buying meganobs, so what am I to do? And the meganobs just clog up all the ramps and slow down the fight massively. It was me thinking that by now you'd have like 3 million choppers attacking this place with about 400,000 storm boys. Probably about 5,000 meganobs. That was my thinking. Oh, look at them all. There's so many of them. That's true, Ross, but you can't only use knobs. You need to bring the boys as well. Yeah, we can end it here if you guys are happy. I mean, it's pretty much wrapped up now, I think, anyway. These should be over pretty quickly. So, we'll go ahead, start the poll up, let you guys go ahead, vote what you want to add to the next wave of Orkies. Alright then, so what are we going with? I'll go for 195,500. That's what we'll call that one. Right, let's go have a look ski what skis going on skis. Move the shooters to the corner so they don't block. Right, so move all the mega knobs over to this side, supported by these gunners. Is that correct, yeah? So, mega knobs come over here. Can we spruce them up a bit here? Box them up. We keep them over this side. Hopefully that'll stop too many of them from going towards the center. You still want to keep the Dakka back all the way down here so it stays out of the way? Oh, thank you, Harpy. That's very kind. Yeah, bring all the Dakka back, yeah. Let's tighten these long boys up just a little bit here. Which one are they? Which one are they? Is it these speed choppers? Is it these ones? Yes, it is. Right, so we'll put them down to a 1.8 just to tighten them up a little bit there. Right. Sort of like that. Is that what we're happy with? From what I was reading, that's sort of, I believe, what you were going for. Let's get these. Was that Choppers, that one? I think that was Choppers that won that one. Choppers, yes. Ooh, nice, 52% as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and add on our choppers to our existing choppers here. So, we go from 89,000 here to... Oh. That's wrong. Aha. Yeah, so from 89,000 to 128,685. That's a significant amount of choppers now. We'll take down the spacing ever so slightly as well. Because we don't need them that spaced out, really. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. So, we're all happy with that setup now. Yeah, like it, yeah. Run it. Awesome. I'll just get the pole ready and then we'll start her up. Right. Possibly, Mitts, possibly. Only one way to find out, though. Oh, Jesus. Can you imagine being stood calmly in front of all these orcs like this? Just, hey, guys, you know, don't mind us. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's a bit... We've already breached the fortress and the battle hasn't even started. Let's see what happens here. I've got a feeling this is going to turn into a massacre. Let's actually get in nice and close for this. Let's watch this. Watch the front row of guardsmen disappear in seconds. Yes, that's it. Carve your way forward. Oh, interesting. Because we haven't focused on the center, it's actually allowed all of these to start running out. Now that is interesting. Luring the enemy out first, so we don't get blocked on the initial step. That's kind of good, actually. A map full of Aprox is needed. Agreed, Mitts. Sadly, we don't have any of the developers' assets for the game. The developers have refused to release their assets. I believe the comment that they left behind was because they don't want all the maps looking like the same, basically. They think if they release their assets, all the maps will end up looking the same. Like I said, what might happen? God, how many times did I say that then? What might happen this round is that we'll have a lot less kills because these orcs here are going to be getting a lot of environmental kills, which means that they're not going to be accounted for on our side. As you can see, we've definitely killed more than 7,000 of the Imperials here, but not all of them have been attributed to us. But we are certainly cleaning out the courtyard. Okay, we're starting to get a large group of Meganobs as well, working their way up the ramp. The Daka, still at the very far back. Oh, okay, so we've got some Daka that's built up now. Actually at the corner of the fort, which is kind of nice, because that's completely out of the way. Which means that they're going to be pelting all of these jabs here. Excellent news for us, look at that. The Daka ripping through them. You certainly don't, Figgy. Figgy? Fig Jam. I don't know why I called you Figgy. I was thinking of Fergie, and I don't know why. That's like your 1950s mafia name. Hey, it's Figgy. Oh, look at that. My humps, your lovely lady humps. Yeah, look at how we're just romping through the courtyard with the Mega Nobs. Again, though, we're not getting them kills this time. The kills are not being attributed to us. And there's definitely more than 13,000 Imperials dead here. Darth. Are we starting a war? Oh, look at that. It's glorious. It's a wonderful sight to see. The orcs here are piling over and into the fortress. And look at that. Not a Mega Nob in sight. This is going to get brutal on this side of the field, ladies and gentlemen. The Mega Nobs are not clogging up the ramps here now. We are free to corpse build. Oh, it's glorious. The wire in full swing here. Let's go have a look. What are we on? Oh, YouTube's not updated yet. It's still only saying 14 wires a minute, which we know is not true. The power of the war. Oh, there we go. YouTube updated. What's that gone to? 128 wires a minute. Here's a full-on wire. Oh, look at that. Glorious. We're almost building up all the corpses now. We've almost made a pathway on this side. That's it, lads. Keep throwing yourselves at it. Build up them corpse piles. Allow more of the boys into the fort. Glory to the war. Oh, we've even got up even further? Oh my god. Where are we at now? 154 wires a minute. Impressive. What game was that? Was that Quake? That was that... Impressive. It wasn't Unreal Tournament. I'm pretty sure it might be Quake. You gotta love yourselves a war. Look at all the Storm Boys living up to the name. Once more onto the breach. Oh, look at it. It's so good. This is what we've been missing. This is what we like. The corpse architecture. Oh, there we go. I think that... Has that become pathable? Or is it very nearly pathable there? Another bunch of lads coming in. Thank you, Pompous. Oh man, we're plowing our way through the courtyard here. Though we've only got 40,000 kills, we've definitely inflicted more pain and suffering than there. Isn't it not wonderful to see a gigantic group of orkies? There's something just incredibly satisfying about seeing a gigantic herd of orcs pile the corpses into a fortress. Here we are, though, dealing with them entrenched Kriegers once more. God, the multi-lasers are just raining down death on us now. Where's the Dakar? Has the Dakar made its way? Where has all the Dakar gone? Where'd all the Dakar go? Wait. All the Dakar has bunched up into one over this side. And look at this. This is actually good. We have got a bunch of Meganobs actually making their way around this side of the field. Which, hopefully, by the time they get there, we would have piled up enough corpses to create some meaningful pathways like this here. Look, it is. It's an actual pathway now, ladies and gents. From this side of the fortress now, we now have access to this rear ramp here. Which is excellent news. For a second there, Ed, I read that as Caramel Tunnel. I was like, no, no. We're not going to mention Meganobs and Caramel Tunnels. Hey, cheese. You're late. Don't worry, with you being a cheese, it just means you've aged and you taste slightly better than before. How are we doing in the center, actually? We haven't cleared out these guys yet. And Meganob's still trying to push their way through. But the reinforcements have been steady from the guardsmen. All right, Steve, if you say so. It's weird. We seem to get to this point where the Imperials are able to start pushing us back a little bit. And then we manage to overwhelm them and continue with the assault. Looks like we've got a couple of Mega Nobs now actually making their way over. That's good. Just as the ramp has been completed for them. Pretty much arrived there perfectly on time, actually, I've got to say. As the corpse ramp was completed, the Mega Nobs did arrive. As it was written in the Orky Bible. How are we doing over this side? Oh, it looks like we're actually starting to run out of Mega Nobs? Question mark? No, we've still got plenty of reinforcements coming in. Run out of Mega Nobs? What's he talking about? There's plenty here. It does look like we've just mainly got Mega Nobs now attacking from the front of the fortress. So the rest of these forces, yeah, all the choppers and gunners and storm boys, yeah, they're all over this side. Oh, look at this. We've actually made another corpse wall ramp on this side, so we can access this courtyard 3 ways now. Technically 4. God, look at all that Dakka. That's a lot of Dakka. Wait, have all the multi-guns, multi-lasers been killed? No, they haven't. What we at? 65,000 kills, 95,000 remaining. Well, one thing that you can do, Dave, actually, realistically now on this side is you could bring up the Dakka, I guess, a bit closer. Because I think one of the problems was that the Dakka couldn't get to the front, so all of it moved over to that side there. Now, previously, the Dakka had sit on this side shooting, which was what actually managed to kill these guns over here. So maybe if we move the Dakka forward again, it might help with that. I'm not sure, though. But all I know is that the Dakka on this side, not very good at killing the multi-lasers. Think there's going to be a regression on this one? I don't know. It's hard to call, really. But yeah, I think that multi-lasers have had quite a devastating effect, to be honest. So maybe we do need to help the Dakar on their side, get up close and personal. Maybe if we have the smaller amount of Dakar over here, it won't be as much as a problem. Because we have got a small group of Dakar, so maybe if we add the small group of Dakar over here, and then we can keep the big group over that side, I don't know. There we go, we're starting to breach now. Yeah, we just moved that Dakar forward again. Back into the midst of the Orc Mega Nubs, and that should solve a load of problems for us, I think. Not quite, Daniel. You need BA select and start. The Imperials are trying to counter-charge. Maybe we'll have enough Dakar, though, to actually just overwhelm them. The problem is that the Dakar that goes point blank like this, it'd be better if a lot of it just stayed back and tried to range fire. We really did build quite a nice corpse ramp over here, though. I just want all this Dakka to go running over the top. Look at it all! The courtyard is to drowning. Which one? This one here? This one's a little way off here. Wait, what? I'm cheating you. Why? What if I did? What if I did? What have I done? Didn't you say on the first stream, on this fort, when we defeat the courtyard troops, we will be removed from your defense? Probably. Alright, what? Do you want me to go and delete them then? Is that what you want? Oh, why are you bringing it up if you don't want them deleted? I don't get it. How have I cheated you? Right, okay. So I've cheated you because I said something in the first stream that you don't want to change now. Okay? I mean, either I'm tired or you guys are just trolling. I don't know what's going on here. Check the cannons, maybe we've got one. I mean, it's not looking good, Dave. It's not looking good. I would say the total amount of dead cannons equates to 0. No worries, mates. We'll probably be wrapping up after this round anyway. Hard to believe, but these rounds are now lasting almost 50 minutes each. You know what, Neil? It's funny enough you should say that. I was thinking about doing some different videos. Yeah. Oh, I know, Sonia. It gets annoying, doesn't it? How they're just like, yeah, we're gonna blast the wall, show it, we're gonna show it a good time. It's because of all these ones stuck on the other side here. They're trying to shoot at these as they pop the head above it. Oh, dead. There's, in the first Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, the zombies did actually used to convert dead troops into new zombies. Oh my god, look at this. It's now a slugging match between the Dakar, actually. Look at that. It is literally Dakar versus Dakar here. Something tells me, Ed, that it might be added back in at some point. I think there's a lot of things they want to do with this game still. Especially with that last post that they put out about them releasing their original coding for the Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, the rendering tech for that. They're releasing that out into the wild so other people can start building games. That's pretty cool. Just shows you how experimental some of this tech is that they're using. Yeah, there's a little bit of a flank that was going on by the Imperials, but the Orcs seem to have shot a lot of them down, I've got to say. Ah, not this side, though. The Paris-Dakar rally. Ah, I kind of like that. That's good. It'd be very hard, Jerry. It'd be very hard. Oh, they're multi-lasers, man. Now, what's crazy about them, if we can get another... Look, you can actually see they are a constant stream of laser fire. It's just that when you speed up time, it looks like they've got gaps between them. Did we inflict... No, I was hoping we'd inflict more damage on these guys than that, but no, sadly no. No Orcs managed to come around that flank. A lot of the Imperials now trying to maneuver their way over here. Looks like we've been taking out quite a few of them who've been walking along the top of the fort walls here. Look at that, all the bodies piled up. What we got here? About 4,800 left on the field. Right. While we're waiting for these guys go, there's your poll. Go ahead, vote what we're going to be adding to next week's stream here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, next week, I believe we will be able to do it. This will be the final. Actually, still getting quite a few kills here now from the Dakka. I've no idea, Clone. Wouldn't know. Couldn't possibly tell you. Yeah, like I said, the problem that we had was we did have a load of Dakka over here. It was just the Meganobs all bunched up, so the Dakka couldn't get through. So the Dakka just moved around to that side. So I reckon maybe if we just plonk the shooters down here somewhere, so they start shooting immediately, they'll get drawn in through that way, and then. Because what actually happens, what actually kills them autogunners is the Dakka start shooting roughly around here. Because this is where all the Imperial corpses start piling up like this. Look, you can see all the Imperial corpses here piling up. Well, that was happening before. So as the Dakka's trying to shoot at these, half of the bullets end up missing and going right over here. Which happens to be right where the guns are. So the Dakka shooting at these lads here is what kills the autoguns. Right, come on, guys. Last 1,000 here. God, look at all these bodies now that have piled up. It's kind of insane, really. No worries, Sonia. You have a good evening. I mean, 35,000 left defending. She should be, Ed. I mean, look at this. That small little ramp, we turned it into a full-on assault ramp here. Right, Ross. Have a good one, mate. Last 500. Here we go. These should collapse pretty rapidly now. The Imperials are closing in. Oh, I do, Dave. I remember the 9-hour stream. No worries, Claude. Have a nice evening, mates. Just look at this battlefield. Right, let's call it there then. So what's that? 112,220, let's say. Steady, Ed. Let's have a look then. What are we going for? Storm Boys, okay. That's an interesting shake-up. I haven't gone for Storm Boys in ages here. So, yeah, we've got a speed Storm Boys there. So, that'll take them from 22,000 to 26,993. Yeah, get them on there. Oh, we need to update the choppers. My bad, Ed. Sorry about that. Oh, ladies and gentle giants. Well, it was... I thought it might have been the final. I thought we were going to do this one tonight. Apparently not. The Imperials too dug in that last entrenchment. So, we will be back next weekend to finally conquer this one, hopefully. Hopefully. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, as always... I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Massive shout out to you channel members. You guys are absolutely freaking awesome. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Can't thank you enough for doing it, honestly. Massive shout out as well to the mods. You guys keep the chat running nice and smoothly. Again, I can't thank you enough for all the support you give me. And of course, massive shout out to everyone who watches the VODs and all you subscribers out there. Until next weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.